Hello, welcome to my channel, Darren's Outdoor Adventures. If you know me personally or follow me on Facebook, you know that I love the outdoors and I love photography. So thought I'd start this channel. Today I'm at Hardy Lake Provincial Park. It's a non-operational park located about 20 minutes outside the community of Gravenhurst. Today I'll be checking some trail cameras that I had set up last fall time. I'll also be setting up a couple more trail cameras. I will be also giving some tips on wilderness survival. Although it's a non-operational park, it's wilderness. There's moose here, there's deer, there's bears, which are my nemesis. More on that later. There's otters, there's beavers. So it's a great place to set up my trail cameras. So I'm going to get ready for the day. I have all my equipment here, and hopefully we'll have a great day. I have my little sled here, which I use for pulling all my equipment in. Supplies and cameras, my lunch. It's kind of the end of an era. I'm retiring my my rawhide snowshoes after 45 years. And I got these brand new aluminum snow shoes I'll be trying out today. I'm not sure what conditions are like. We've been having melts during the day, but it's been cold at night, so I'm not sure if I'll need snowshoes or just cleats, but I'll bring both along. I have my axe, my coat and my mitts, and I'm all set to go. The first part of the journey is very short. I'm just going over there about 10 yards to the Hardy Lake sign to show you the plan for the day. Okay, here's a map of Hardy Lake Provincial Park. Like I said, it is a non-operational provincial park. There's no services here. There's no camping allowed or fires allowed. All it is a series of trails. The park itself is about 2,000 acres. About 250 of that is lake. Back around 1870, it was a homestead. Then it became a hunting/fishing camp. Then in 1985, the Hardy family donated the property to the Ontario government, who turned into Provincial Park. I'm in the parking lot now. My plan is to leave from here, take one of the trails and hit a beaver pond, cross the beaver pond to a couple cameras I've set up. Then I'm going to cut through the woods, across the lake to another area where I'm going to have a little talk on wilderness survival. After a bite to eat, I'm going on the longest jog of the trip, across here to another beaver pond located here, where I'm going to try and set up a trail camera, and I'm going to check another trail camera. And after that, I'm going to head back to my vehicle. So that's the plan. Standing on the beaver pond now. I've left the trails. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. The ice is really thick. I tested it. It's about a foot thick, and so it's safe to walk on. And you can see other people have walked on here too. So I'm going to make my way across to my first set of cameras. I'm not wearing my snowshoes or my cleats yet. I'm still in the beaver pond, and I like it that I'm not leaving any tracks behind, which means that no one can see where I'm going. You'll see some deer tracks crossing, but that's about it. I just don't want anyone to follow my tracks and find my cameras. I'm not sure what conditions are going to be like when I hit the bush, because there's a lot more snow there, but we'll see when I get there. This is kind of cool. It's a beaver dam along here, but you can see where the beavers come out with a bunch of sticks, and he's fed off of them. Beavers live in their houses over the winter. They create a feed bed with sticks in the fall time and put it in front of the house and come out and eat. But as winter goes along and it starts to become spring, their feed bed starts to rot and or deplete. So what they do is in springtime, when the ice starts getting thinner, it starts getting warmer, they will come out here and feed just like they are now. I think he probably just did this last night because the ice here is really thin. I've decided to put on my snowshoes. I tested the snow in the woods, and it is kind of deep. I started to sink, so rather than expend too much energy, I'm going to use snowshoes from here on in. This is seriously one of my favorite trail cam setups. If you look closely into that rotten stump, I have one of my cameras set up there. I set it up last fall, maybe in September or October. It overlooks a small creek. You can't see it because it's behind the camera, but there's a large tree there. Any animals that are following the creek, which they tend to do, are kind of forced closer to the creek by this big tree, and they're captured by that camera. I'm gonna go switch it up now, and I'll show you how I do that. It's very, very quick. Some people will bring out an extra SD card, extra batteries, but what I do is I just bring out an entire camera, and it just makes it so much quicker. So here's how I do it. Got to get rid of all the snow that accumulated in front of the camera. Plus it's frozen in there. There we go. So out with the old. And in with the new. Now all I've got to do is turn this on. It's now armed. I'm going to put it right where the old one was, and we're good to go. This is another place I set up a trail cam in the fall time. It's hard to see now because of all the snow, but there's a huge boulder here and an even larger one over here, which sort of forces large animals like moose, bear, deer, coyotes into this area. I have a bush camera set up on this tree just behind me. You can't see it because it's buried in the snow. So in the fall time it was maybe 2 or 3 feet above the ground, but now it's buried. So I'm going to go dig it out, and we'll set up another one. Here's my camera buried in the snow, and let's dig it out. And there we go. I've unburied the camera. I cleaned and dusted it off. I put fresh batteries in it. And by the way, I use lithium batteries. I'll try and put a link in the comment section. I find they work the best. People have asked me what type of cameras I use. I use Browning, and there's various models. They range from $125 to $350. I'll try and put a link in the description too. People ask me, do I get camera stolen? Yeah, it happens. I take precautions, so I try and go well off the trail in the dirtiest bush I can so people can't find them. And it used to bother me, and then I tried to reframe it, thinking that if someone steals my camera, maybe that'll introduce them to the hobby, and they'll enjoy it as much as I do. My biggest problem is bears. Bears, their sense of smell is 2,000 times of a human's. So they are very good at finding cameras and biting them and destroying them. Once a bear finds a camera, it's over. There's not much you can do to reuse the camera. They just bite them and bite them and bite them. I'm going to show a video right now of a mother, sow, and her 3 cubs, and then another short video of what the cub is doing to one of my cameras. This year, I'm trying out something new. It's called a bear box. You can see this camera is sitting on part of one right now, and I've got it strapped to the tree. And this is the other portion. And it sits like this. So if a bear comes and bites it, it doesn't damage the plastic of the camera because it's surrounded by metal. Is it foolproof? No, because a bear really wanted to. He can get his claws in there. It just depends how determined they are. But I am going to try them this year, and I'll let you know how it goes. Anyways, I'm going to arm this camera, put the bear box back together, and be on my way. There you go, it's that easy. Next stop, Mighty Hardy Lake. Well, I'm on the lake. I'm going to tell you that wasn't easy going through the bush. There was lots of snow, and there was even lots of snow coastal shoreline. Now that I'm on the lake itself, I don't think I'll need snowshoes, but I'm really out of breath. And I'm going to continue going north, where I want to show you something really interesting. And I think I mentioned I'm going to talk about some wilderness survival tips. And I'm going to have a bite to eat, okay? I'm not exactly sure what made these tracks across the lake, but they're really big. They seem too big for a coyote, so I think it may be a wolf. You have to be very careful with moving water, even in the wintertime, no matter how cold it is. Hardy Lake drains down into Lake Muskoka through this river system, and you can tell, I'm not sure if you can see, you probably can, but as I approach it, there's actually open water there. So obviously I'm going to avoid that area. I'm going to go up into the bush, the trail's right here, and then continue down along the trail that follows this creek. I wanted to cross this creek, but the only way across was this log, and I don't want to film it because I didn't want to have to go back and get my camera. So, but yeah, that's my tracks going across. I made it. I didn't fall in. Here I am, onwards and upwards. That was a lot of work. This is the wilderness survival portion of my day. I guess the number one tip is you always have to let people know where you're going and when you'll be back. That's so important, and don't veer off that itinerary. Not only does my wife know that I'm here and when I'll be back, but I'm having lunch with a friend today, and he knows. Although Hardy Lake is a provincial park, you can get in trouble here. It's still wilderness. In 2020, coincidentally on the same day, two parties got lost here. Darkness fell. They weren't sure where they were. They had to place a call to 911, and the OPP had to send out their SARS team, which is their search and rescue team, to locate them and bring them back. And that's sort of a waste of resources. A great app to download on your phone is What 3 Words. What will happen is, or the app has designated a grid of the entire world. Every 9 meters square has 3 designated words. So if you're to phone 911, they will tell you to download the app if you don't have it, and they'll ask you to read out the 3 words that it generates. And on their end, they'll be able to enter the words into their what 3-word app, and they'll know exactly where you are within, I think it's 3 meters. I love my Fox whistle. Given to me by my friend Ron Lee. Ron, I know you're watching. It's very loud and it's very lightweight, and I don't travel without it. I always make sure I dress properly. I dress in layers. I have my coat, I have my vest, I have my sweater, and under these I have a t-shirt. That way, if it starts to get really hot, I can peel stuff off. And if you do get lost, the main thing is don't panic. Just sit down, take a breath, try and figure out where you are. And if it looks like it's going to be an overnighter, the first thing you need is shelter. This is a great shelter I found. It's a cave, and it goes back quite a ways actually. It goes back about 10 or 12 feet, and it's a perfect shelter. But often you don't find these in the wilderness. But I could put a fire out here, and it would be a perfect long-term shelter. Right outside of the out of the cave is a creek, so there is water. Food, I made sure to bring lots of food, and so that won't be a concern. Now you're probably asking me, what if I can't find shelter? And you always can. Obviously nothing as elaborate as this cave, but even under an evergreen tree with heavy branches, or I have this really nifty little emergency blanket. It only weighs less than a pound. It's fluorescent orange on the outside. It's reflective on the inside. I'm not going to wrap it because it takes a long time to wrap up. But if you wrap yourself around that, it will keep your heat in, and your survival time will be a lot longer. Remember, when people die in the woods, it's not usually from drowning, and very, very seldom from a wild animal attack. It's exposure and hypothermia. You get wet, you get cold, your body temperature drops. It's in the fall time or winter, early spring, and that's when it's going to cause death. But anyways, I'm gonna have my lunch now. I'm not going to videotape that. I'm sure you don't want to see me having my lunch, but I did bring some high protein chickpea salad and some other things, and I'll be having that and on our way to our next stop. You know, I'm usually pretty good with the animal tracks. These have been made a couple of days ago and have been melted by the snow, but looking closely, I believe they're bear tracks. He's out a little early. It's still only the first week of March, but yeah, I definitely think those are bear tracks. I usually have bear spray with me. I don't have any today, so hopefully he'll leave me alone. These are some more wolf tracks coming across the lake. What really interested me is look at the distance between these two set of tracks. I measured that. It was 8 feet, so he must have been booking it. These are cool tracks. You don't get to see them very often, usually in the winter time, but it's an otter. What they'll do is they'll jump and they'll slide. So you can see he's jumping and then he's sliding a bit, and then for some reason he he must have sensed something, because he went and he pulled about a 90-degree turn over there and headed into the bush. I had set up this bush camera in the fall time, pointing in this direction, because there's a huge beaver pond on this side of me. Behind me is Hardy Lake, so animals kind of get funneled down, heading right towards this tree. Something obviously got to it. I don't see any bite marks on it, but it had to have been a bear. The only animal that could do that is a bear. I put the camera up a little higher than I normally do, because I've had a couple of bears bite them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out another camera, a bear box, put the camera a little bit lower, and get it all set up. And hopefully I won't have any more trouble. I'm just curious to see what's on the video when I get home. And part of the bear box on, you know, as I was setting up the camera, removing the other one and setting up, I thought maybe a human did that. Either that or a bear saw the, a young bear saw the strap hanging down, was playing with it and pulled it around, because it just doesn't make sense to me. But you know what, the video never lies, so I'll have to have a look at the video when I get home. Anyways, once again, why did I choose this spot? Because of the bodies of water on both sides, forcing the animal to come down here. I'm going to arm this thing now so that it's all set to go. It's very simple. It's just one switch up, close it, boom. It's all set to go. Put the bear box on, and now it's armed, and we're all set to go. So now I'm going to make my way back to my vehicle and back home. I thought you might be interested in these snow fleas. They come out in the springtime. If you watch them, every once in a while, one will hop. They're not dangerous to humans, but they are kind of cool. If you ever see wood chips and sawdust at the base of a tree, you might think it's a beaver, but all you have to do is look up the tree. You'll see that it's actually made by a pileated woodpecker looking for insects. And the cool thing about the pileated woodpecker, after it makes its holes, lots of animals and birds like the pine marten or owls will nest in those holes made by the pileated woodpecker. Kind of cool. Well, I'm almost back in my vehicle, and that was a tough slog. The snow was really deep. Even with my snowshoes, I found myself sinking in, and it was a long walk. There's this cool little spring right here. It runs year round. You'll kind of see it behind me. Anyways, I'm probably still about another 20 minutes or so to my van, and then lunchtime with a friend, and then I'm going to crash because I'm exhausted. But anyways, thanks for watching my video. You don't have to subscribe to it or comment or not. I'm really not doing this for financial reasons. It's only for fun. But if you do like outdoor videos, I want you to go check out my friend Ben Beauchamp. He does some great camping videos. Some of them are pretty extreme, and I think you'll really enjoy them. I'll put a link below, so go check out Ben. Anyways, take care, and we'll see you next time.